prep list of produce prep that's the recommendation because produce needs to be isolated from everything else.
Hey guys, Mr. Knife Fanatic here. Today I have the Tsutomu Kajihara 210mm Gyuto. This comes from the Damascus line. It's sold under Kajihara Knives on the website. We're also offering a Karuchi line as of recent. And this is the third time I've tried to review this knife, so hopefully all goes well this time. So guys, as usual, here's some specs and cutting performance. This is an Aogami No. 2 or Hitachi Blue No. 2 steel core. It's 62 Rockwell, and I actually sharpened this up to a 5000 grit Suhiro Rika edge. Takes that edge very well. Blue No. 2 is known for not being very chippy at all. And this knife has a nice strong convex right before the edge and give it very good strength. This is a carbon Damascus finish as opposed to stainless Damascus, which you see on a lot of knives. Also, Mr. Tanaka offers a carbon Damascus. Looks very similar to this actually, and it is very nice looking, but this is going to patina. It's reactive. I have used it a bit, and I had to polish this to get the patina off, but you know, if you want to take a little flitz polish to it every now and then, maybe some micro mesh pads, you can keep on top of that, or you can just leave the patina if you like. Makes the knife look really, really cool actually. So. This is offered in both a D-shape and octagon handle. I hate saying octagonal, I'm not very good at that. This one happens to be the D-shaped version, as you can see here, D-shaped. And it's good for right-hand users. If you're a left-hand user, you'd like to get the octagonal handle. And they're both in rosewood ebony ferrule. This is very much like Richmond knives and whatnot, but this has a very nice fit and finish on the handle. I know these are just basic shapes you see, but after you hold enough of these things, you start to notice big fit and finish issues on some of them, and this one has no issues whatsoever. And I actually put a copper spacer in there, I forgot to mention that, to go ahead and strengthen up your ebony ferrule. This is the only knife I've ever seen that on, so really cool little thing going on there. I wonder if the octagonal handles have that as well. That'd be pretty nice. The blade is length. This is sold as a 210mm Gyuto, and it's actually a little bit more, 212 to 213 on the edge. I'll just throw a ruler on it real fast for you. We get back to about 210, 13. You can see the tip is about hitting there. We're almost almost a 215. So you get a little bit more blade for your money, right? The height, 49mm. This is actually a little bit on the tall side. If you can't tell by the shape of it also, it is a very flat blade profile. Oh, can't get it too low on the camera there, but anyhow, I'll throw a ruler up on it in just a second again. The thickness is a little over 3mm coming out of the tang here, but it does taper down the entire length. It has a distal taper through the entire blade. You don't really see that on too many knives these days. It does have a very hard convex right before the edge, like I said, giving it a lot of strength. But you can say through the body of the blade, we're talking 2.5mm roughly, maybe 2.6. So, okay. 190 grams. To give you an idea, a Shun Classic 210 weighs, I believe, 210 grams. So this is considered medium weight for this type of knife. It is definitely not a lightweight knife. I'm not prepared to call it a heavyweight knife. So medium weight, medium thickness and everything. Although it is fairly thin behind the edge. I'm not calling it a laser. This is a medium weight workhorse. Very good knife though. You'll see it cuts very well too. Balance point, it's going to be blade heavy of course. Alright, we're talking actually pretty much right on your pinch grip, exactly on the pinch grip. Let's see. Maybe right, yeah, pinch grip is just like literally a millimeter behind balance point. Very good balance. The grind is called a complex grind or compound grind. I don't know what you would call it, but basically it has a convex on the left-hand side where it's completely rounded, but the right-hand side here is a little different. We actually have a hollow grind on the upper half here, and then it convexes the lower half. In a way, I don't know if this changes the action or direction of the knife. It should provide for a fairly non-stick knife. The hollow grind up here is going to help push food, well, you get the convex down here to push it out of the way of the hollow up here. We actually had some other knife makers experiment with this grind before, so kudos to something a little different today. I like that. Here we go, guys. Get some ingredients on the board and get to chopping. Here we are, our onion. We're going to do a dice as usual. Now what I'm looking for here is to see how thin the tip is. Oh, let's see, I need to get towel out too. I'm looking to see how much it lifts my hand up when I fly through the onion. I know it's going to go right through it, but very, very gentle lifting, actually. Is a very nice grind. They took their time convexing this to where it's a real nice smooth action as it goes through the ingredient. Cuts like butter. Very, very nice. Incredibly nice. Wow. And that little bit of added blade weight, you be the judge. That is excellent. You know, a lot of times we always get focused on the laser knives. What is the lightest, the thinnest knife you can always get? But as with the Richmond Aogami Super Lasers have shown, a clad knife, or just any knife with a little bit more spine, is going to help push that edge through the ingredient. A little more weight can be your friend if they ground the knife properly. So, and this is definitely a great example. Wow. Just drops right through. You can see that. No fuss, no muss, no trouble at all. I mean, that's as easy as it gets. It really goes through there like butter. This is a very, very good knife. If you're looking for something that's, I want to say, maybe not so substantial. This is still lighter than, you know, you get a Wusthof or a Henkel's with that big bolster here and a big chunky handle. This is still going to be a lighter knife than that. If you want something that's not going to feel like it's going to get away from you because it's actually so light, you definitely want to look at something like this. Not to say this thing can't get away from you because it is ground so well. You don't want to push very hard going through ingredients. It drops through. It drops through very, very well. No. I think where you're going to start to notice the difference on this type of edge is going to be on a harder ingredient, say carrots and things. You may notice the ingredients shoot away from the knife a little faster. Actually, I meant for something else to go in that bowl. I forget what it was, but anyhow. I'm barely tapping at all, guys, and can't argue there. That's incredibly nice. See? You know, at first when I tried this knife, I wanted to call it a heavyweight almost because I'd handled so many lasers. Well, recently I kind of backed off on using all the lasers and got into some other knives, and this is, I definitely classify it as a very good performing medium weight knife. Definitely not a heavyweight. It's got that, I don't know. It just flies right through. I thought it was sticking more on these carrots, but you can see, I mean, look how thin we're able to get slices, and it did not crack it. It didn't, you know, push it out the way. So, yeah, the grind is excellent on this knife. I'll try to do a little bit of a, kind of a brunoise here, or my attempt at a brunoise. Let's make sure we get all this out the way of the camera so you can see what's going on. I just got over a bad wrist injury, guys. I apologize for not doing so many videos this month. I know I have over 1,000 subscribers now. Thanks to every one of you guys for watching my videos, commenting. It definitely makes it worthwhile. Let's see. Yeah, I butchered this one just a touch, eh? Let's see. Alright, we'll just go ahead and get to the cutting, so. No trouble at all there. You can see we got our nice thin planks, whatever you like to call these here. I know there's a better culinary term someone will grill me on YouTube happily for shortly for not knowing the term. But that's why you guys are there, to remind me. There we go. Perfect, nice cuts. It's very good action. No flex whatsoever to this blade, extremely stiff. So, you know, doing this type of work here, when you line that knife up, it's going to stay true in the cut. But if you're looking for a knife that has flex, well, you don't want this one. So I'll just go ahead and finish these up for you right quick. I will say those look pretty good, at least for me anyway. They look good for me. Maybe not to you. I know a lot of you guys watching these videos have better knife skills than me, but hey, I'm a home cook. So here we go. A little bit of celery. We'll just chop through this real quick because I know it's going to make it through with no trouble. little tip work. And the profile, you see we have a super duper flat spot here, great for push cutters. Not very much of a sweep there. You're not going to get very high till you get into the tip, huh? Let's see. You could maybe get over a medium-sized onion with this. A large onion, you're not going to be able to rock, actually, since it's so flat. But when you buy these types of knives with these flat profiles, chances are you are a push cutter. You're going to be doing a lot of this type of stuff. Maybe pull cuts. Now, you can rock this knife just fine also. And actually, the short profile like that tends to get you a little faster rocking action, although you can't quite get on top of taller ingredients with it. There you go. And let's chop with the tip, see how much flat board contact I can get. This is, how long? About an inch or so wide of ingredients. And we'll just do a little claw grip. And so if you can see there, the tip is able to chop a full inch or so width without missing anything. These are all separated. Very nice. And lastly, I'll have a little potato I'll throw up here just to kind of peel. Very nice. Let's not get too carried away there. And I'm making vegetable soup later before anybody asks me. We want to see sticking. It's a touch on the right side, but then again, it got all the way up across the whole entire blade, so kind of expect anything to stick there. Very, very low sticking at all. This compound grind actually does a very good job of getting through ingredients a little bit better. I would say a knife of this thickness or this thick behind the edge, if it were perfectly convexed on both sides, it would not penetrate as well as this one does. That was a cool little addition there. Something different today. Let's go ahead and peel half of this. I'm going to have to peel them later now. Does quite well. Generally, the thinner it is behind the edge, the more it's going to dig into the ingredient. And this one digs in at a decent rate. It's not quite laser, but it penetrates extremely well. I mean, if you can't see there, straight through that carrot. So, excellent knife, guys. I'm very happy I got to try this thing for the third time. I've had this knife for quite a while, actually, as a tester, but it's turned a lot of heads. Guests that come over tend to like this knife a lot. It is very pretty. Fit and finish is excellent. And hey, what a great knife again, guys. So, thanks for watching. Stay tuned and stay sharp.